It's time for the Trojans and the Knights to go mano a mano. Coming up next on Quiz Kids.
It's the Bay Area Quiz Kids. Brought to you by the San Mateo Credit Union. And now, the best host on the West Coast, Brad Friedman.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us for another quarterfinals match between two returning teams. Over here, we have the Castro Valley Trojans. And they are taking on the Menlo School Knights. Welcome back, both teams. It's time to start with the first three-for-all. I'll ask you a 5-point toss-up question. Give me the right answer. You control the next question. You can earn 10 or 25 points in each round. Here's your first toss-up. Good luck to both teams. It's dominated by grasses and sedges. Most of northern Siberia is covered by which treeless... Yes, Roshan?
Tundra.
That's right. The Buryat people live on the shore of this deep rift lake, which drains through the Angara Valley to the Yenisei. What is the lake? You can talk it over.
Caspian Sea?
Caspian Sea.
No, it's Lake Baikal. This war was ended by the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo. Yes, Travis?
The Mexican-American War?
Yes. President Polk sent troops across the Nueces River into territory Mexico claimed, insisting that what other river marked the Texas-Mexico border?
Rio Grande. Rio Grande?
Right. The cause of the war was the annexation of Texas by what outgoing president in his final days in office in March 1845?
Pierce.
No, John Tyler. Arcia Mons, Pavonis Mons, and Escrius Mons lie in one planet's Tarsus bulge. Name that fourth planet from the sun known as... Yes, Roshan?
Mars.
This volcano that rises 14 miles above the surrounding Martian surface lies just northwest of the Tarsus Bulge.
Olympus Mons.
This rift valley extends from the Tarsus Bulge for 2,500 miles, or nearly 1/4 of the way around Mars.
No answer.
The Valles Marinaris. After a giant stole his favorite weapon, this god, much to his embarrassment, was forced to dress up as a bride in order to get back the weapon and wreak revenge. What Norse god was this? The god of thunder and working... Heidi Hero.
Thor.
Tiramir had stolen what favorite weapon of Thor and would not return it until he had married a goddess?
His hammer.
Yes. Okay. What Norse goddess of love had Thrym demanded as a bride?
Freya.
You got 25 points. Also called olefins, these compounds contain carbon-carbon double bonds. Name these organic molecules, examples of which include ethylene. Heidi Hero.
No answer.
You can steal, Castro Valley.
Alkenes? Alkenes.
Right. The carbon-carbon double bond in ethylene gives its carbon atoms trigonal planar geometry. What would be the bond angle in an idealized trigonal planar molecule?
120.
120.
The double bond also means that this is the hybridization of the carbon atoms in a double bond.
SP3.
SP2.
SP2. SP2.
You got 25 points too. Between 1808 and 1821, the Portuguese royal court moved to which South American country, later ruled by... Yes, Roshan?
Brazil.
Which former Portuguese colony on the South China Sea was returned to China in 1999 and will have a high degree of autonomy until 2049?
Macau. Macau.
That's right. Which African country earned independence from Portugal in 1975 after Eduardo Mondlane's guerrilla campaign?
Mozambique.
No idea.
Mozambique.
You got 25 points. His first play was Catiline, based on the ancient Roman conspirator who attempted to overthrow the Roman Republic. Name this Norwegian who wrote about Arnold Rubik's death in an avalanche in his play When We Dead Awaken. I don't blame you, but it's Henrik Ibsen. This member of the Trimurti rides the swan Hamsa and resides in Satya... Yes, Roshan.
Brahma.
Say it.
Brahma.
Right. Brahma is rarely worshipped today because of a curse received from this god whose hair houses the river Ganga. He performs a dance of destruction as Nataraja.
Shiva.
Right. Shiva's throat is often depicted as this color because he swallowed the poison halahala. Krishna and Rama are also frequently depicted with this color of skin.
Blue.
You got 25 points. Some geographers call it the largest lake in the world. Name this saline sea bordered by Iran, Russia, and 3 other former Soviet republics. Hidehiro.
Caspian Sea.
Right. Which longest European river flows into the Caspian Sea?
Volga.
Right. A 60-mile-long canal between the Volga and which other river lets ocean-going ships access the Caspian Sea via the Black Sea and the Sea of Azov?
What is it? No answer.
It's the Don River. The songs No Way to Stop It, So Long Farewell, and Edelweiss appear in this musical. Yes, Catherine?
Sound of Music.
Right. Another musical containing Nazis is this one, based on a Mel Brooks film in which Leo Bloom and Max Bialystock put on the show Springtime for Hitler.
The directors. The producers.
Right. A more serious portrayal of Nazis is in this musical, in which the Nazi party encroaches on a club where Sally Bowles performs.
Cabaret.
Cabaret.
You got 25 points, and we'll be right back. Don't go away.
Since 1952, San Mateo Credit Union has been proud to help San Mateo County members and their families achieve their financial dreams. Our deep commitment to the community we serve includes offering a wide variety of financial education programs, like financial literacy workshops for youth, adults, and seniors, seminars about raising money-smart kids, identity theft prevention, and many more. For more information about San Mateo Credit Union, visit us at www.smcu.org.
Hey, need some video work done? We can do that. We do all that video stuff. We can even put your video on that internet thingy. At Peninsula TV, we do full-blown in-studio production. Talk shows, performances, speeches, anything. Remote multi-camera production, on location, at your event. And for the budget-minded, single camcorder production in high definition. We'll take your video project from first idea to finished product. For more info, contact Peninsula TV. And now it's time to meet the Quiz Kids. Once again, here's Brad.
Welcome back. Let's say hi to the Castro Valley team and Travis Mattis. Last night, you performed in your school's Pops concert.
Correct.
Which is student-run, student-created. How does that work?
So it's the members of the school choir, and then the teacher chooses about 3 directors, and then they write and organize the entire show. And for the past 2 weeks, we rehearsed it quite often, and then for the past 3 nights, we performed it.
Wow,
so.
2 weeks rehearsal. Well, and you say it went well?
Yeah, it went really well. We sold out the 550-seat house every night. So.
Fantastic. Congratulations. Bright Joe, next week you're going to do what a lot of upper division high school students do in the Bay Area. You're going to take part in outdoor education.
Yes.
What is that?
I'm going to basically be spending a week with hyperactive 6th graders as I, help direct or not direct. I'm just basically making sure they don't get eaten by anything and make sure they're safe.
They're camping. We're not going.
Yeah, we're outside.
Right.
Outdoor.
Exactly. Wow. Great vacation for you to hang out with 6th graders.
Yep.
Good luck. Holden Parks, you and I both agree that power napping is very, very necessary in this culture of ours and totally underappreciated.
Yes.
How do you manage to grab a power nap at school?
Well, I don't grab one at school.
No clasp in particular?
There are a lot that I would like to, but
okay.
I control myself till I get home, set 3 alarms,
And the trick to a power nap is not to sleep too long, right?
Yes, under 30 minutes.
Under 30 minutes.
I read several articles about that.
Yeah, no, because you do feel refreshed. In fact, I'm going to take one right now. Goodbye. Let's give you a chance to earn some points. I have 3 categories here and 7 questions in each category, each worth 10 points. Pick a category, give me 7 correct answers. I'll throw in a 30-point bonus. Today's categories are people, The Simpsons, and To a T.
To a T. The Simpsons is definitely not.
Yeah, it's not going to be about The Simpsons.
People or people? Is it people or people?
It's people.
Oh, people. Okay, yeah.
You want to just
Let's do people. Go ahead.
These are last names that start with the letter P.
Puppy.
Name these people. He is the 21st century Prime Minister of Russia.
Putin.
Right. He was a 13th century Venetian who traveled to China.
Polo.
Marco. Wright laughed, and he gets an extra point. He was president from 1845 to 1849.
Polk.
He was George W. Bush's first Secretary of State.
Powell.
Right. He was the Oscar winner for Mystic River and Milk.
Sean Penn.
He's the physicist with a constant equal to 6.63 times 10 to the 34th joule seconds.
Planck.
Right. Finally, he's the actor who played Edward Cullen in Twilight.
Pattinson.
You got all 7 right and 100 points. Very nice. Castro Valley's taking the lead. Let's turn to the Menlo team and Catherine Pavlov. You work on the tech crew for your drama department, and this year you have had a very ambitious program for high schools. You started with the musical Spring Awakening, and you just finished the very dramatic play Elephant Man.
Yes.
How did those shows go?
They actually went fantastically. It was really fun to work on those shows.
And that's such a challenging play for a young actor to do the Elephant Man, to play that part.
Yes, we actually had a freshman playing the lead role.
Even more impressive. Well, congratulations to the drama program at Menlo. Hidehiro Anto, you are taking part in a very important, you're hosting a state convention on which you're on several committees. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so Menlo is hosting essentially a Latin convention for the entire state. Like 1,000 people are coming, and I'm on 2 of the committees. The first one is the Kirtaman Committee, which is essentially Latin Quiz Bowl. And the second one is pre-convention, which is essentially people submit like original myths or poems or mottos to us, and we grade them before the actual convention.
Wonderful. Well, I hope it's a very successful convention. Rashawn, you wanted to tell us a little bit about your little brother's efforts to save animals.
Yep. Well, my little brother, Ronak, 11, he's in the audience right now.
Hi, Ronak.
He has a blog and a fundraiser called Bucks for Bucks that he created a few months ago to save animals. He's as enthusiastic as you can be at the age of 11 about animals. Everything he does, he always has animals in mind. So the blog is called I Break for Animals, and I encourage everyone to check it out.
Check it out. Well, congratulations. That's like a wonderful cause. I totally support that. Let's give you guys a chance to get the lead back. Here is your category choice, The Simpsons, or To a T.
What do you think?
I think Simpsons.
Okay.
Simpsons.
It's about everything except the family from Springfield. Every answer has something to do with somebody named Simpson, although that may not be in the answer, okay? This singer and reality TV star actually wondered whether chicken of the sea is fish or fowl.
Is it Jessica Simpson?
Jessica Simpson.
And she's famous, isn't that funny? Yeah. He beat murder charges, but later wound up in jail for kidnapping.
OJ.
That's correct. She never became Queen of England, but in 1936, this 2-time divorcee married Edward VIII and became Duchess of Windsor.
Wallace Simpson.
Right. Jerome Simpson plays for this NFL team.
The Bengals?
The Bengals.
That is correct. Nice. West Point added his mother's maiden name, Simpson, as his middle name. Later, a joke said his first 2 initials meant unconditional surrender.
Grant.
Right. In mathematics, it's a method for numerical integration that also corresponds to the 3-point Newton-Cotes quadrature rule.
Simpson's method.
Simpson's method.
I'm sorry, it's called Simpson's rule. And finally, Simpson Peak in the Scott Mountains lies near the coast on this continent.
Africa.
North. Africa.
Antarctica. You got 5 right, 50 points, 175 to 135. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Don't go away.
And now we're back with the second half of Quiz Kids. Take it away, Brad.
We are taping this on the day of the Oscars. I predict the artist will win. Let's see in a few weeks how well I do. They should win. It should win. It's beautiful. I want to take this time to express our appreciation to the coaches of both these teams. First, Deborah Yeager for Castro Valley. And for Menlo, Mr. Richard Steinberg. Thank you, coaches. Thanks so much. All right, we are going to go on with our next three-for-all. The point values are doubled to 10, 25, and 50. It is a close game. Good luck. Here is your first toss-up. In the ABO blood type system, which type is considered the universal donor? Hit a hero.
O.
Yes. If someone has O positive blood, the positive refers to what other blood group system, incompatibilities in which between mother and baby can cause life-threatening problems.
RH antigen.
RH antigen?
The Rh factor, yes. Type AB blood is an example of what phenomenon in which two phenotypes associated with two alleles are both observed simultaneously.
Multi.
Multi-allele.
Codominance. The Wuchang Revolution of 1911 was the beginning of the end of 2,000 years of imperial rule in, right.
Qing Dynasty?
No, I'm sorry. In what Asian nation?
China.
Yeah.
China.
Right. Which physician served as the first provisional president of the Republic of China?
Yuan Shikai.
It was Sun Yat-sen.
Yeah.
In April 2011, this federal agency proposed rules requiring chain restaurants to post the calories contained. Yes, Travis.
FDA?
How lucky you are. The menu labeling was required by this 2010 healthcare reform law.
The Affordable Care Act?
Yes, that's right. The FDA is part of the Department of Health and Human Services, which is led by this woman, a former governor of Kansas. We push you to the limit on this question. Catherine Sebelius. This painter's The Anatomy Lesson of Dr. Nicholas Tolp shows, yes, Holden.
Rembrandt?
Right. This painting by Grant Wood depicts the artist dentist Byron McKeeby, who holds a pitchfork. The other is the artist's sister Nan.
American Gothic?
And the other American painter depicted the Gross Clinic and the swimming hole.
Eakins?
That is right for 50 points. Very good. Medieval kings of England ordered their male subjects to practice this sport. Yes, Bright.
Jousting?
No. This order paid off at the Battle of Agincourt. What is the official name for shooting a bow and arrow?
Archery.
In archery, what is the term for hitting the center of the target?
Bullseye.
Bullseye.
Right. And what are the feathers on an arrow properly called?
Fletching.
Fletching.
You got 50 points. Which Central Pacific Railroad investor and Wells Fargo director provided funds for a prestigious California university attended by, yes, Travis?
Stanford?
Right. Which Scottish-born industrialist sold his steel company to J.P. Morgan and funded a Pittsburgh school that later merged with the Mellon Institute?
Carnegie.
Cal Arts, whose predecessor school provided some of the 9 old men employed by this filmmaker, was funded in the 1966 will of which producer of the Silly Symphonies?
Oh, Benjamin Britten? I don't know. Britain?
No, Walt Disney. This woman chronicled her family's many moves. Name this author of books such as By the Shores of... Yes, hit a hero.
Laura Ingalls Wilder.
Right. I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings is the story of what African-American woman's coming of age?
Maya Angelou.
And what authors The Sovereignty and Goodness of God tells of our captivity by Native Americans during King Philip's War?
Pocahontas?
I don't think so.
No, the answer is Mary Rowlandson. Several European capitals are located along the Danube. Located at the confluence of the Sava and Danube rivers is what capital of Serbia? Travis.
Montenegro?
No, you can steal.
No answer.
Belgrade. This character's younger brother died of leukemia and wrote poetry in a baseball mitt. Travis.
Holden Caulfield.
Yes. This author of 9 stories, which contains A Perfect Day for Banana Fish, wrote The Catcher in the Rye.
Catcher in the Rye. Fitzgerald?
No.
No. Salinger.
Yes. After Holden leaves Pensy Prep, he visits this former English teacher who pats Holden on the head in a flitty manner.
Ow, ow.
Antolini.
That is right for 50 points. We have a tie score as we go into our last commercial break. Don't go away.
Tournament champions will win an all-expenses-paid trip to Europe, courtesy of ACIS.
I will put 3 minutes on the clock, 30-point questions. The clock will start when I begin reading. Good luck to both teams. Thomas J. Walsh investigated what scandal involving the lease of U.S. Navy oil reserves by Albert Holden?
Teapot Dome?
Right. This religion, practiced by the Srivijaya kingdom and was adopted by the Mauryan Empire Ashoka. What religion has Mahayana? Yes, Hadihiro.
Buddhism.
Right. This former dictator and ally of the U.S. would hold rigged presidential elections, so his ouster was a major success in the Arab Spring. Who was this former president of Travis?
Mubarak.
That's right. It lies along the Chao Phraya River and contains the Wat Pho, or Temple of the Reclining Buddha. What is this capital of Thailand? Yes, Hidehiro.
Bangkok.
Right. He carried out the harrying of the North, built the White Tower, and compiled the Doomsday Book. What French duke also defeated Harold II at Hastings? Hidehiro.
William the Conqueror.
That is right. They emit Hawking radiation and are incredibly dense. They result from supernova and have an event horizon for which... Hidehiro.
Black holes.
Right. This author complained that his native Russian was far more expressive than the English language. Who wrote a scandalous novel in which Humbert... Yes, Hidehiro.
Nabokov.
That's right. The Roman Lucius Apuleius wrote a novel featuring many stories within the story about a man changed into this beast of burden. What is Hidehiro?
Ass.
Yes. This team traded Alcides Escobar to Kansas City. Yes, Holden.
Milwaukee Brewers.
Right. He was aboard the British ship HMS Tonnant when he observed the bombardment of Fort Bright.
Darwin?
No. The bombardment of Fort McHenry. What prisoner of war wrote the lyrics to the Star-Spangled Banner during the War of 1812?
Key.
Yes. The Brunel test assesses what physical property of rocks in which talc has little and bright.
Hardness.
Right. He became famous for his play Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Travis.
Godot.
No. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead. Who later received much publicity for writing the screenplay for Shakespeare in Love? Tom Stoppard. His namesake primes have formed 2 to the 2 to the n+1. Who is famous for a theorem he figured out but did not have room to explain, which remained unsolved until Andrew Wiles... Catherine.
Vermont.
Right. Among his exploits, he stole the palladium, devised the Trojan horse. What son of... Yes, Hidehiro.
Odysseus.
Right. Admiral Dewey's victory at Manila Bay and the attack on San Juan Hill in Cuba. Yes, Holden.
Spanish-American War.
Right. The hand fasting promulgated by King Eric V in 1282 is considered the Magna Carta of what Scandinavian country that shares a... Travis.
Iceland.
No. It shares a border with Germany.
Denmark.
Right. Namibia, Paraguay, Australia, and French Polynesia lie along what line of latitude in the southern hemisphere named for the sign of the goat? Hidehiro.
Capricorn.
I need more.
Trop of Capricorn.
Right. The real-life person by this name was a colonel in the U.S. Army during the War of 1812. What schoolteacher is scared by a Hessian horseman in Washington Irving's The Legend of Sleepy Hollow? Catherine.
Ichabod Crane.
That's right. 6:45 will learn Menlo. It's 8th place in the top 8. Thank you so much. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Promotional consideration furnished by the Burlingame Scottish Rite, the Knights Templar, Model Compilers, the Bay Area Academic League. Some questions of Quiz Kids are provided by National Academic Quiz Tournament.